Hey, hello everyone. I hope all of you are doing good. Today we're gonna go over the demo for week 3. Demo for week 3 is very basic. Instead of printing hello world, I'm gonna print hello name, which is gonna contain your first name and last name. For example, if you enter first name as ABC and if your last name as SAIT, then the hello gonna be hello ABC SAIT. Okay. This is very simple. As you can see, the description of the project is here. And these are the steps. First, we need to create a NetBeans project. And here we need to add a JSP, which is going to be hello world form.jsp. He is saying that this could be static and this we could have it as a static, but because actually we are going to add some dynamic elements to it later, we need this to be a JSP page. This one actually, hello world from the JSP is going to be our welcome file. Okay, that means let's actually create this here right now. Let's go to project, choose Java Web, then Web Application. And then this as week 3 demo, and say next. And here everything as we want. Okay, now close the start page. Now I don't need this index.html, therefore okay. I can run it like just to make sure that everything is working fine because it takes some time in the beginning. And just say okay. Here we go. Now I got the data to do write content. Okay, that means I'm able to run index, but I don't need it. I want to delete it. And I go to web.env, web information, and here I'm going to say new JSP. Now the name of the JSP is going to be hello world from JSP. Okay, hello world form, and I'm just going to click finish. Inside it, I'm going to have forms. Let's have the form. Just going to have a form. Okay. Now this form going to have an input, first name and last name. Therefore, this is the input. Going to have a type. It's going to be text, and the name of this is going to be first name. Is there any specific thing? No. Okay, name it whatever you want. This is first name, and I'm going to have the same for the last name. And be last name, and then I would have a button, input, type, and this should be submit. Okay, now still, before we do anything here, I need to display this page. Like before we do the form action or something, before doing that, let's actually render this page. If I just click on the green button, I got error. Why? Because we deleted index.html. Now, how can I make this as the default page or the welcome page? First, as I said, we need a servlet. And this servlet, we are going to call it as hello world servlet. Okay, this is called hello world servlet, and click next. Now remember to to click on this option to have a web.xml. Now, what is the pattern? Like the URL, the path, I'm going to call it home. Name it whatever you want, and then click finish. Remember, this is an auto-generated code that I don't need it. I just need the do get and the do post method. Like click on the plus sign here and remove this. I just need do get and do post and up until the class. Yeah. Now this one, we don't need these methods. Okay. Now here on the get, remember that the green button, you're gonna open web.xml, and then they're gonna search for this servlet. Okay, now how do I do this here on the do get? And the do get actually, remember, like we should go to web.xml and say on the pages, who is going to render this hello world from JSP? This page, yeah? Like, but what is the path for this page? Like if we just go to source, remember that I'm linking hello world servlet with /home. That means I can say that my page is home and click save. We go to serve. Okay, now the welcome file now is home. Now what is home? Home is a pattern, a URL, and this URL is linked with hello world servlet. And this, because we are clicking the green button, this is gonna go to the do get method. Now here, I should say get servlet context, and then here get that get request dispatcher. Now here you need to pass the path of your folder, of your file, sorry. And for example, here, my file is going to be hello world form. Okay, hello world form.jsp. And remember to say dot forward, and because you can like have a new line here. Okay, now if we save everything and we make sure that we save that web.xml, like always Control S to make sure that you save everything, and click on run, and we are still getting the same problem. Let's see what is the problem here. Word, yeah, it's a L, always missing here. Okay, run it, and here we go. I got this first name, last name, and a submit. I can add a break, for example, like if you will need to have a space here, like you can add a break, you can add a break. If we save it, and if I run it, you will see that, okay, now we have a break and hello world. And now let's close it. And now this form is gonna be of type method, and let's send it as post. And the action, wait, I'm gonna send this to the hello world servlet. Now to send this to hello world servlet, remember this is here. This is the URL that you need to send to hello world servlet. Now this means I'm gonna have an action, and the action gonna be to where? To home. Okay. Remember that this is going to execute the do post, and to make sure that we are getting this in the do post, let's go to the do post, and we can read the input from the form, like let's say fn is equal to request dot get parameter. And what's the name of the first parameter? If we go to the JSP, you will see it. It's first name. Okay. And now we can read the second one, the string, last name, and this can be request dot get parameter. And this is going to be the name of the second one. What's the name of that? It's last name. Okay. Now here I have first name, I have last name. I can print them here on the console, like just to test that we are doing everything right. And it can say like fn, add the fn here. And to print the last name, we can do the same thing. And it's going to be last name. Okay. And now let's save it. And let's run this here. As you can see, I'm gonna enter SAIT, and last name I'm gonna enter like ABC, and then say submit. Now, as you can see, this is sending the data here, but something wrong is happening. Let me make sure that everything is set. Post. Okay, let me go to output. We go to Apache. As you can see, we are not executing this. We are doing that. Why I say get, because if you look here, we are sending the data on the URL. That means I am doing something wrong on the form. The form should be post. And okay, the error is here, which is good actually to see these type of errors. Now, how did I know that the method is get? Because as you can see, the data is there. However, when we use post, the data gonna be sent in the request. And now when I go back to the form, I saw that I did a mistake. Yeah, I should say method like this. Now save it. And now if I refresh the page, oh, no, let me close everything here. Sometimes it's better to start from here. Let's say save, let's say ABC, submit. Now it works. Now let's go to the output, Apache Tomcat, and I get the data, first name and last name. Now, how can I send these data? How can I send these data instead of printing them to another JSP? Now, what's the name of the another JSP that we need to do? Let's say that. We will actually send it to say hello.jsp. Okay, let's create a JSP. And this is a JSP here. We're going to call it say hello, finish it. And here, what we are going to do is we're going to actually have hello world. Okay, let's now just have hello world. Let's go from this place instead of printing. Now, how to move from servlet to that place? Very simple. Just take this data and add it here. However, this time is say hello. Yeah, say hello to JSP, save it, run this. And now here I'm going to say any data, say it, ABC, submit. And now we are on the next JSP page, which is great. Now, instead of printing hello world here, what I want to do is that I want to say hello, then I should pass a variable called fn, which is first name, and then space, and then add another variable called last name. Okay, now let's save that. Let's go here. Now, how can I send the data from the servlet to the JSP? We could use request dot set attribute. Now, what's the first attribute? We're going to go with fn. And this is going to be first name. Okay, and this is going to be last name. Okay, now let's save it. And let's run this again. Now this is SAIT, this is ABC, and submit. And here we go. We got hello SAIT ABC. This is as simple as it is. I hope that it's clear. I don't think there's anything that we haven't covered except one thing that I think that I missed, because we need to check the data, add validation. Remember that we say we don't add validation in the front end, we add that in the back end. Now here, I could say if, and now I can check the first name, like I could say if first name is equal null, or fn dot equals empty. Here what I'm saying that if there is no first name, or the first name is equal to empty, then I should do something. Okay. However, I'm not just checking for the first name, I have last name as well. Therefore, I need to repeat this code for last name as well, like just add or, and then add this for last name. Just say here ln. Okay. ln. Again, I'm saying if first name, like this is if first name is null, which means like not exist. Okay, not exist. Or this symbol, which is like looks like 1 this or, I'm saying fn is empty, or ln is null, or ln is empty. Now, in this case, I should actually not go to say hello. I want to go back to hello world form again. Now, how to go to hello world form again? Same code, same code, same code. Just say this here. And now, as you can see, I will go, but okay, yeah. Now here we should say hello world, like the name of that file, okay? And as you can see, this is request, like I won't set the data, like I'm gonna send the data only if I'm going to go to this place, okay? Like, why do I need to set the data for this? Because I don't need to send data for this right now. The only data that I want to send is for say hello to JSP, the first name and the last name. Here, if anything like was an error, I want to go back to this page. Now, the only problem that because I want to go to that page, I need to stop. Like, how can I say stop here? Like, I want to say stop, not keep continue and doing this code. There are two ways you can actually do this. You can actually like take all of the code and say else. Okay. And then here, you can place your code here. However, there's another way, like instead of having if else, like, and there's no need to stay stop right now because it's either gonna do this or it's either gonna do this. Okay. However, there's another way to do that. We can literally say stop, but not stop. In Java, we say return. Okay. Return is gonna stop the program here. Stop here and don't continue. Okay, like we are not going to continue to this part since we say return, because we see that, oh, we have an error here, something missing. Okay, now let's save it, let's run it. And I'm gonna enter just for the first one, but the second one is empty, say submit. As you can see, I'm back here to the same page. Now let's say that I didn't enter any of them, I say submit. I'm here on the same page. Let's say that I just enter data for the second one and submit. I'm back to the same page. Now let's say that I want to add a message. Like for here in the hello world here, I want to say after the form, I say message, like let's say h2, okay? And this h2, I'm going to say here, uh, let's say a message, like a message that will be actually a dynamic message. Let's say here, that means that someone going to send me a message. Now, how to set this message? You need to send it from here, like with an error occurred here. You should say request that set attribute. And then here, what did we call this? We called it a message, yeah? That means I'm going to call this as a message. And then what's the message that you want to send to that form? You're going to say invalid input, okay? Or something like that, like anything that you want. Okay? Any message that you want to say, like you can say, no, anything that comes to your mind, like, okay? Just to tell the student, like the user that he entered something invalid. Now, if we click run, now here, say SAIT, submit, and I got invalid input. Now, if I close this again, if I run it, as you can see, I don't see the message in the beginning, even if I go like view page source. Like as you can see, I see h2 tag, but this h2 is empty because when I run this for the first time, there was no message. The message, I'm going to add it only if I execute this line. Okay, as you can see, h2 is here. Now, let's say that I enter something like nothing. So let's submit. Now, if I say view source, as you can see, now h2 has the data. The first time we run h2, we have no value. Why we don't have any value? Because actually we set the message only if we actually set the message equal something. And the first time, actually the message was equal to null. Like when we first run this, this was empty. Okay, like there was no message. But when we set the message here, the message take place and say, oh, it's an invalid input. You can compare this. This is after we set the message, and this is before we set the message. As you can see, still I have the tag, which is h2, but here I don't have a message. I didn't do anything. However, here I have a message and I entered an invalid input. Okay, I hope that like was clear. And if any question, please contact me on Microsoft Teams. Thank you.